Joshua at the battle of Jericho, around Jericho, around Jericho. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, around Jericho, around Jericho. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Good morning, Sister Mary. Good morning, Brother John. I want to stop and talk with you just to tell you how I came along. Well, I know you've heard of Joshua. He was the son of Nun, but he never stopped his work in regard until his work was done. God knows that. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, around Jericho, around Jericho. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. You know that. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. You may talk about your men of Gideon, you may talk about your men of Saul, but there's none like good old Joshua at the battle of Jericho. Well, they tell me, great God, that Joshua's spear was well nigh 5 feet long, and upon his hips was a double-edged sword, and his mouth was a gospel horn. But bold and brave, he found salvation on his way. Go blow them ram horns, Joshua cried, cause the battle is in my hand. God knows that. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, around Jericho, around Jericho. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, around Jericho, around Jericho. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Come on. Up to the walls of Jericho, he marched with a spear in his hands. I go blood and ram on Joshua cried, cause the battle is in my hands. Then the ram, lamb, sheep, horns began to blow, the trumpets began to sound. Oh, Joshua shouted glory, and the walls came tumbling down. God knows that. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, Jericho, around Jericho. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, around Jericho, around Jericho. Joshua at the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Down, down, down.